680's Richard Southern joins us. Richard, no doubt it was a historic meeting between Trump and Kim Jong-un, but what did investors think about it?
Not much. There wasn't much for investors to latch onto. There was plenty of political theater, Francis, but not much in the way of concrete agreements. Certainly the handshake, as you say, very historic, but when they signed their agreement, the details were left vague. There was no agreement on ending the technical state of war between North and South Korea. Also missing was a timetable for Kim to give up his weapons. I think what some investors were really taken aback by was the news conference that Donald Trump held after the summit, where he again took aim at Justin Trudeau.
No, I have a good relationship with Justin Trudeau. I really did. Other than he had a news conference that he had because he assumed I was in an airplane and I wasn't watching. He learned that's going to cost a lot of money for the people of Canada. He learned. You can't do that. You can't do that. But no, I have a good relationship with Justin, and I have, I think, a very good relationship with Chairman Kim right now. I really do. I think, I hope it's good, because if it is, we're going to solve a very big problem.
So trade worries still toppled by. The TSX edged up and the loonie edged lower as a result of those comments, Francis.
Well, Uber is developing a system that will identify drunk drivers, or drunk riders, I should say.
This is fascinating. Yeah, drunk riders. So many of us might be guilty of getting into an Uber after having had one too many. Certainly, it's better than getting.
Talking about.
Well, it's better than getting into the driver's seat, Francis. Okay,
sure,
you don't want to do that.
100%.
But soon it might be more difficult. According to a new patent application, Uber is working on a way to let its drivers know exactly how wasted the passengers are before they pick them up.
And that's for safety too, right?
It sure is.
Yeah.
Drivers don't often want to pick up drunk passengers. How they do this, though, is interesting. There's software now that would be embedded in your Uber app that would look at how you're holding your phone. You know, you might hold it a bit different when you're tipsy. It looks at how many times you hit the Uber app, whether or not you miss the button or not when you're pushing it. They look at how fast or slow you're walking, and they add that all together, and they'll be able to tell whether or not you're drunk, and then give the driver the option of whether or not they want you to pick you up or not. Uber also exploring the possibility, Francis, of matching up inebriated passengers with drivers that are trained to handle them. So it's interesting.
It is, and I don't know. It seems that there could be some problems with that. But
could be some problems if you're going to get denied a ride, and then, you know, what do you do? And they're picking up for Pearson Airport now.
Yeah.
Maybe you're walking off your flight having had a few cocktails, and you're not going to find your Uber car.
So, I don't know, Richard, are you looking for a new job? Have you ever thought maybe a CEO position with the TTC? Because, hey, it pays a lot. Look at that.
I think I'm gonna put my name in for this, so that, you know, 6 months after Andy Byford left, the TTC has this job posting for a CEO. The annual average salary range, Francis, from $247,000 to $356,000. So let's see if we meet any of the requirements. Successful candidate they're looking for has had previous experience as a president, CEO, or COO. Maybe not.
Well, of the Richard Southern fan club, yes,
the
check.
President of the Business Report. They're looking for experience in public policy. They're looking for someone who has high visibility among media and public. So that could be us, Francis. They are looking for a business degree in administration, a graduate degree in administration, public administration. You have until June 22nd to apply to be the top man at the TTC, where you can enact all the change that you've always wanted to make at the transit system.
Yeah, and you have to learn to apologize, right?
Remember Andy Byford? Every day he was out there. But you know, for $350 grand, I think we can apologize every day.
Absolutely. Well, who knows what valuable items are actually lurking in your home? So there was a vase that was discovered in someone's attic, and it sold for a lot of money.
It sold for 19 million US dollars. That would be 24 million Canadian. This was an ancient Chinese vase. It was discovered in the French family discovered it in their attic. It was in an old shoebox. They didn't know what it was. They took it to Sotheby's in Paris, and they said, guys, you got an 18th century vase that is worth millions of dollars. Can you believe that?
Could you imagine?
Unbelievable. They actually said they took it on the subway to Sotheby's. They had no idea it was valuable, and it's the most valuable Chinese vase ever sold at auction, Francis. So check your attic when you get home.
So I love this. IHOP released their new rebranding this week as IHOP and what it actually stands for, but they are being relentlessly mocked by other restaurant chains now.
Oh, everyone's throwing shade on them. Look at Burger King, what they did. Burger King said, hey, we're changing our name to Pancake King. Burger King does serve pancakes for breakfast, and you're mocking it there on the social media. Wendy says, hey, remember when you were like 7 and you thought changing your name to Thunder Bear Sword would be cool? Like that, but our cheeseburgers are still better. Ouch. A&W, it's changed its name to an upside-down A&W, saying, hey, don't ask us. We have no idea what this means either. And Chili says, we usually don't throw shade, but seriously, that's what this was all about. Here's a real burger for you. This is actually a good example of what companies are trying to do with social media, where it's funny and it's edgy and it's engaging. That's actually where you want to be as a company right now.
And they got the media to talk about them. So
Success.
Check.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Richard.
See ya.